Welcome, everyone. Welcome, David. David, my friend, you
Hello,
there?
I am here.
Well, welcome everyone to our webinar. We are thrilled for you to be joining us or watching this video shortly after, or the next day, or the next week. We're here to give an overview of Essential Elements Interactive. We've made a lot of updates, a lot of exciting features, more to come. So we have our friend David, we're going to introduce here in a second, who will talk about a lot about Essential Elements Interactive. And then stay tuned because I am going to make a game-changing announcement about Essential Elements Interactive here pretty soon. So stay tuned. This is an exciting night of big announcements. So David, we are thrilled to have you. You are one of our top, if not the top, Essential Elements Interactive users of the world. We should give you a business card, long title. But please introduce yourself to everyone. Give us an overview of how you use Essential Elements Interactive in your teaching, and I may just interrupt and ask questions myself. So thank you, David.
You bet. Well, hello, everybody. My name is David Eccles. I teach at the Lovett School here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, and I teach in the K-12 program. I have third graders in the stream program. I have third grade up to upper school, and I teach fourth, fifth, sixth grade beginners and two sections of high school, including an honors orchestra. So I get to use Essential Elements and Essential Elements Interactive across my entire teaching. Prior to my time at Lovett, I taught at Vandercook College of Music in Chicago, where we train music educators. So I've been using Essential Elements and Essential Elements Interactive for quite a long time, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. If you notice, I have the rainbow. Yes, that's a real rainbow I took when I was down in Miami at a family function, and I put the rainbow because we're almost at the end of the rainbow. I can't believe we're getting ready to finish up April, and May is coming, that last push. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time today talking about some of the ways Essential Elements Interactive can help you in your end of year activities. You know, there's a lot going on, but if you're like me and you've been using Essential Elements Interactive for a while, hopefully you've found some of the great features, including being able to upload your own activities, create your own assignments, do your own LMS management, your gradebook management. So I'm going to talk you through a couple things that will help get you through the end of the year. First thing I wanted to talk about is a feature that allows you to add other people to your account. I don't know about you, but like in my teaching situation, I'm not the only teacher. So I have colleagues who teach lower school classes and middle school classes along with myself. So it's very important as we create our curriculum and build our curriculum and continue to grow our curriculum, both in Essential Elements Interactive and using Essential Elements and how Leonard materials, and even outside of that, we're able to use Essential Elements Interactive as one of our core hubs for creating and sustaining information across the curriculum. So one of the most important ways to do that, if you haven't been using this feature, is here, let me get to the screen here. So the first area is the additional teachers area. I don't know if you haven't used this before, this is a great feature because it allows you to go in and add teachers to your existing account. So since I'm the lead teacher at my school, I can create logins for my team teachers. This feature also works if you teach across a district, or if you teach in different buildings and you have team teachers in your teaching situation. I know when I first started teaching down in Florida, I was an itinerant street teacher, and I would travel around to about 11 or 12 schools throughout my day. And again, if this feature were around, back in the Stone Age when I first started teaching, it would have made teaching so much easier. But in this screen, you can go in and create additional logins for your team teachers. And once they're in, they have access to everything that you created in Essential Elements Interactive, and they can also upload their materials to Essential Elements Interactive. So it's just a great way to build and maintain relationships, both inside and outside of the classroom, and it's a great communication tool in that way. The other big thing that happens at the end of at this time of year is how do you take all of the information you have in Essential Elements Interactive, and how do you move that on to the next year, or even outside of your school. So one of the things that I constantly have to remember to do is at the end of the year, go through my end of year processing. I won't walk you through all these steps because I don't want to graduate my kids just yet. They still have another week. But so you see all these check names are all my seniors who are going to be graduating out. So it will allow me to totally get rid of all their information. Or the other cool thing it'll allow me to do is keep some of their information, because I don't know, at my school, our seniors have to put together a portfolio. So as a part of that portfolio, they have access to all of their assignments they've done, both inside of Essential Elements Interactive and out, but using Essential Elements Interactive as a storehouse for their audio and now video recordings, they're able this is my third year at Lovett. So now I'm able to go in and look at some of those early recordings from my kids when they were just coming out of middle school or just coming into high school, and go through and show them, here's your progress, or this is how you looked back in the day, and this is how you've changed and grown over the years. So this end of year processing allows me to either get rid of that information or keep that information to help to build my own personal teaching portfolio, and to help my students develop their end of year, or start to create their portfolios or build their end of year portfolios. Another great aspect of closing out the year is in the assignments key. If I've created some assignments that I know I'm going to continue to use throughout my teaching, I can save those assignments. Or if I've created, this year, especially these past couple of years, as we've been using our electronic resources a lot more, and incorporating, all music in our Central Elements music and our Hal Leonard arrangement. Well, we've created all this great content. Saving it for the end of the year and graduating it onto the next year is one of those great features. So it's really a time saver, one, in creating assignments. It'll automatically create those assignments in the new year in about the same time where you have them stored now. So it's great for that. It's also a great tool in helping you track your assignments throughout your teaching, and to be able to track your assignment from division to division, or building to building, or teacher to teacher. You're able to keep those assignments, go back and reevaluate them, build them, grow them, expand them, shrink them, adjust them to however will be the most effective in your teaching. So Yeah, so those two things are some fantastic aspects of the end of the year uh, uh, housekeeping that we all have to do.
I'm glad you mentioned assignments, my friend, because I think we're making some announcements tonight. I'd love to take a moment. I think when we hear a lot from teachers, they log into Essential Arts Interactive. Students know to use the music studio for the play along recordings and to hear those audio demonstrations. But the assignment piece and how to use that with the gradebook would be something really interesting to show. Can you show an example of just assignment that has an audio and a video so everyone knows what EEI offers as far as assignments with both audio and video?
Yeah, you bet. You bet. Let me click back over here. So here's a, sorry, correct window. All right. So I'll click around here. So this is this is one of an assignment that's already done and submitted. But if you look at the top of this screen, so you see I'm highlighting EE music, all music, and archive recording. So put that give yourself a placeholder for that. So let me go here to show you an example of some of our assignments. So if you look here, that's your operating menu that lets you get through all of the features that are available when you create assignments. If we click on our this chorale assignment, this actually assignment is from, so this is an assignment that I created that's linked directly to this one. Happens to be the chorale in book 3. This is the G major chorale. So students would go in and either audio record or video record themselves playing this assignment at whatever metronome marking that's assigned. See, they can go in and put their instrument and record whatever assignment it is, and then once they're done recording, it will go through and populate their assignment and be a submitted recording, and that would show up here under EE music. Okay, so if I did the same thing, if I created an assignment here in all music, I'll go back to the assignment screen, and here's where I could create an assignment. So this tells me what grading period I am. So in my school, we have 8 grading periods. So here we are in our grading period. I've set up my my scale so that I know how to assign this particular assignment. And in this screen, I can either make it an EE music assignment and click on, and there's my song list. Notice I have all 3 books. I've activated all 3 books, and so I create my assignment there. Once I get everything loaded, I can assign it to specific groups as I have them in. I have all my, they're all automatically grouped by grades, but then I've created subgroups in there for my beginners and my honors kids and a couple of my private students. You can select for, a specific instrument. You can also assign rubrics. You can create your own rubrics. It's super easy. There are a list of some of my graded rubrics as a self-assessment, and then there's a thoughtful response, which is a more open-ended feedback, student-created feedback. and then I go back. So I create my assignment, click create, and then it'll populate as an active assignment. So like I said, once you get it in and get it done, it'll come back. It'll automatically populate. Once a student submits it, it'll automatically populate in one of these screens. All right, was that sort of?
I love it.
It was
So,
quick.
as a EEI power user, I think one thing to remind everyone on the webinar is any student who uses Essential Elements has access to Essential Elements Interactive. You can actually create a free account as a teacher and a student. You can even group your students under your school for free, and then right now sign up for a free trial, use the platform, and then you use your book to activate the music studio content, which gives you access to all of the content David was showing, the ability to assign that content. But one thing we'll talk about soon is you can actually assign video recordings and audio recordings to students on any repertoire you choose, and you can upload your own resources as well. So EEI is an incredibly powerful resource for your classroom. David, I'm curious, what are your top 3 favorite EEI features, your go-to?
Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate one. I just saw a question in the chat about video. Let me go back, share my screen. Let me show you something I've been doing with video. So here's a here to show you one of. So here, some of our 3rd graders. So this is just a recording we made in class. There's an example of the video. So now I can take this video, I can download it to my computer, and then I can take all these videos and compile them and make my own little mini performance video. I've been doing that. So I can either do that to make demonstration videos for my students, or I can have them do it. Find, of course, the one I had pulled up disappeared. But like I said, I can go in and download the video and put them together. I have a just a real easy video production program, and I can just pop all those videos in and create it really in a matter of about 15-20 minutes, a video that I can push out either through our LMS, our in-school learning management system, or through Essential Elements. Email it out to the parents, just a little video update of things we're doing in class. So the video is awesome. And the question is, how do you record it? You just so if you just click on the record button, that's audio, right? If you click on the video button, and of course not, because I'm using the camera for this application, it won't let me.
Yeah, the
use
fun
it.
of
But
demoing video on video, right?
right. But you just click in, and it's a pretty easy process. The only thing that you need to remember is that the video starts recording as soon as you hit record. So unlike the audio recording, it won't automatically start the assignment. So you sort of have to go in once you start the video, then you have to start the audio on the assignment, and that'll get you to where you need to go. The other thing I love of course, are all the fantastic resources. This is number two. I mean, just amazing videos, MP3s, links to uh, to how Leonard curated uh, uh, information, and also my own personal information. So these are just some of the things that I've put on that I have that I use in class all the time. This TED lesson, Finding Your Voice, is really fun if you are looking for something fun to do with your kids, especially this time of year. And so, and then my the third thing I love, real quickly, is of course the music studio. Being able to go in with my beginners and oh, now I'm back to being a band teacher. I love it. So, but I can go back in and put in a comment. This is what I do with my beginners. You know, in the beginning books, you can go in and say, here, let me see if it'll let me go back here. It won't, but I can go back in, and you know, there are like multiple accompaniments to every line. So I can go back in. I have my beginners. I call them flavors. I say, what flavor would you like, Johnny? What flavor would you like, Susie? And so they get a chance to pick our accompaniment track, and then we just have fun playing these lines time after time after time. It's built-in repetition, but it's never boring, right? And so the kids are always working. We're always reinforcing, teaching using all these great accompaniment tracks that have different feels and different moods, and we're just able to practice. It doesn't even feel like practicing. Half an hour later, class is over, and we've played through 4 or 5 lines multiple times.
I love it. You know, one of the great things about the Essential Elements method is, you know, you have the book and you have the interactive content that comes with it on EEI. And of course, there's an app for Android and iPhone as well for EEI. But really, it's about that experience. And we, of course, I think all of us agree teaching students in person in front of them is ideal. We don't want to go back to teaching online only. But it's important that students can go home and still learn and have access to recordings and access to play along and access to be able to video themselves. Of course, they could self-evaluate, right? They could do a video assessment and then look at it and then fill out a Google form and say, hey, how was your posture? How was all this? We have the rubrics involved. So what we're trying to do is give a collection of resources and tools to allow students to be engaged in learning to play musical instruments.
And I tell you, John, what makes my day is when I get, just like on the weekends, some Sundays, I'll get a random email from a kid that said, I discovered this line in EEI, and they will record themselves, and I will get, it's giving me goosebumps because it's so much fun when the kid goes through, especially my beginners, they go through, they find this line that they love a lot, and they will work out and send me this fantastic recording of something we haven't done in class, but they have the skill for, but they've discovered this line, and they use EEI to share with me, just unsolicited. That's when my life is made, when I get those recordings.
That's amazing. I mean, that's exactly what it's about, right? Keeping kids engaged and making them want to be engaged. If we can have students want to pull out their instrument and open up Essential Elements and maybe give up a little bit of that TikTok scrolling time to do that, would be a phenomenal thing. I'm actually going to show some updates now. You want to talk about new stuff? Updates. David actually doesn't know, by the way. I'm talking to the viewers right now, like David's not here, but he's actually right here. But he actually doesn't know all the updates coming. I told him, I called him last night and said, you know what, I want to surprise you in real time.
It was giving me agita. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to be prepared. I don't know what's going on.
So really, I know it'll be exciting. So really, David's going to real time react to some of this. So let me show you some of the updates we've been making this year. I'm going to talk about 3 things: updates we made this year, updates that we're continuing to make that will roll out over the summer, and then I'm going to make an announcement it's going to make everyone go, what, seriously? And I'm going to say it twice because you're not going to believe me the first time I say it. So with that, let me share my screen, share desktop 2, share sound. Okay. So one thing I want to point out is the digital books. If you haven't seen this icon pop up here, this digital book icon, we have digital editions of book 1 and 2 available, both, and I'm logged in as a teacher, so you're seeing my previews of my conductor, and you can activate these with your book code, just like you activate Music Studio content. But the cool thing about the digital books, this is Hal Leonard's digital book format. Same digital books we use in Essential Elements music class for K5, and we have hundreds available on halleonard.com. But this is our own format. You'll notice it's a digital version of the book, but it also has the audio and examples embedded right inside. So the digital books are available as well as a separate purchase from the physical books. And one of the cool things about these is you always have access to your digital book inside your EEI account. And so I saw some questions about class sets. And one of the things that we're really moving towards is I know that you have a class set of books that stays in the classroom, but the ability for a student to have that digital book, they can log in EEI, they can access their book anytime, they can access all the EEI content anytime. That's really where we're going, and that's an exciting new feature. We'll get book 3 out soon. We're through book 1 and 2 on the digital books, but they are available directly in EEI. You can, now, of course, students can see them. We don't have purchase options for students because obviously we're not going to do that. So if parents or students want to get these, they can go to halleonard.com, or as a teacher in your account, you can see the digital book options and you can send links to the parents if they want to do this as an option. Your music retailer can also help you out here. I just want to make that clear that you'll see digital books in your teacher account, conductor manuals, and they are available for all student books. And we think this is a really great way to reach students. Music on the stand, music on the Chromebook, music on the iPhone, and interactive content right on the website. So we'll be emailing a lot more about digital books soon. Second announcement, as you may have noticed, for many of you who use EI, there's different looks. We have been working really, really hard to create a responsive design for Essential Elements. And what this means is the ability for the, like a website to respond to different screen sizes and adapt. So we have actually been behind the scenes for a while to not interrupt any of your flow, rewriting the code of the site to be responsive and to give it a new look and feel. And so you've seen that the My Student section, you'll see nice big icons, easy navigation. If you notice this year, all the updates to enrolling students, where you can now invite students with a single link, all you do is copy this link and send it to your kids. That's it. It already has your school code built in. They open the link, they set their name and password, they're in. We've made it so easy to join, right? Resources section. You'll see that communication's been consolidated. The one I want to show that's new, and we're intentionally going to not release this until the summer. We don't want to make any quick UI shifts while you're using it throughout the school year and log in one day and say, wait, it all looks different. We know how shocking that can be. So we've been working, but we're going to show it now because it's really exciting. So I'm showing now the new assignments feature. Look at how open and clean this looks. We've consolidated assignments. David, you could ooh and ah, it's okay. We have a single add assignment feature, and now you can choose, is it a recording assignment or a non-recording assignment? We make it easy to record to do an assignment with a resource, but it will do a recording assignment. And then you have options here. So you can select a song for the music studio easily, right? I'll go to book 1, band. I'm a band person. Ooh, touchdown. And you can select the song number you're assigning easily, or you can actually, and this is really cool feature, you can just create an assignment of your own, and I'll call it my assignment here. And you can just name this anything you want. You can put a due date, assign your rubric. You could require a video, and you can just use EEI to let students video or audio record any of their etude, their song content, anything, and turn it into you using EEI's tools. So when you create a recording assignment, you can choose video or audio, video and or audio, but you can also choose to assign a specific EEI song, or you could just use this platform as a video and audio assignment tool for your students, which is cool. The other thing we've added, this new option down here, add resource, select resource. For those that have used this before, you'd have to create an assignment, go back into it, add a resource later. You can actually, when this launches, you'll be able to create your assignment, click, hit the grading period, hit your category, and you can add a resource, a fingering chart, and a video, a resource you've uploaded, automatically right in this flow and save and go and have it to your students. Once you create that assignment, you can always link to it from your other learning management system. You can send it to them in EEI, but we've worked really hard to update all of this. I'll kind of click through. I'm in a dev environment now to show sort of what the new flow looks like for these who've seen this before. So you'll see nice, we've worked on making the fonts a little bigger, the buttons bigger. These are young kids. They need to see where things are a lot cleaner. So bigger view. We were working on consolidating the gradebook, really updating the UI and make it responsive on any device. David, what do you think so far?
It looks amazing. It looks so much simpler. Especially during the transition from COVID, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna have to do steps and it's okay. But it felt like, I had a lot of control, but this still makes me feel like I have control, but it just makes it easier. It helps me with my time, helps me really organize my time better. And especially as I move forward and backward in the gradebook, just to be able to have that ease to be able to click and go, create, and then move on to the next thing. It looks so much more efficient.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned clicks and efficiency. When you build software, one of the things you do in software is you do what's called a click count. And you just go through and say, how many clicks? Remember, like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, right? Like, how many clicks does it take to get to an EEI assignment? And we go through those exercises, and we did a lot of feedback and with various teachers, and we count them. We say, that's too many clicks. How could we redesign this so we could get, every click is actually a substantial increase in efficiency. So we've gone through and done the click counting. We've gone through the UI workshop. We've workshopped this with some teachers, and we're going to continue to do that. We want this to be easy and efficient. And again, EEI turned 10 this year. Did you know that? It was first launched in 2012. So EEI is old enough to start playing trumpet now. Did you? There we go. Thank you. So it's exciting. So we're working really hard to, the whole site will be that clean look, that fresh new design. Again, we'll make that switch over the summer. It won't interrupt anything you're doing, but it will look different. So we want you to come into the fall with a nice, clean, fresh look and feel with a more efficient layout, less clicks. So we'll email everyone and let you know when the switch is going to happen. And of course, David showed some great end of the year follow-up. You made me think, David, we should do another follow-up on how to close out your year. We'll send some reminders and maybe a quick video for folks on how to do that. But I think it's time for the big announcement. David, can you guess what it is? Do you have any idea what you think I'm about to say?
So in all the emails that have come out, I've seen a lot. There's been a lot with Noteflight and the song. I mean, there's been so much development happening across multiple platforms. I'm suspecting that there may be something happening along those lines.
So you realize that we have an Essential Elements Interactive big announcement right before a Noteflight big announcement, like back to back, and you think that's no coincidence, huh?
No coincidence, because I'm addicted. Can I just say right here, I'm addicted to Noteflight. I'm on it every day. I'm composing. My kids are composing. It's amazing. And I'm coming from Finale and Sibelius, like early adopters, but Noteflight, I don't even remember. It's made me forget my other two loves. Now I'm addicted to Noteflight.
Actually, that's amazing to hear. We were excited about, having the, last year, of course, we put Essential Elements content into Noteflight Learn with sound check assessment, and that was a really important part. Well, I'm here to announce, everyone ready? Ready? Here we go. I'm going to share my screen and show you the announcement that's going to go out as soon as we end this. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to announce that Essential Elements will include, at no additional cost, sound check assessment to every student inside Essential Elements Interactive coming this fall. I'll say it again because you're like, wait a minute, hold on a second. Is this real? You're actually telling me that there's a method book that includes performance assessment technology. Yes, we are announcing right now that Essential Elements Interactive will include sound check performance assessment for the Essential Elements content for every Essential Elements song, band and string, book 1, 2, and 3. It will be included inside EEI coming this fall. And here's the announcement This page will go out in an email to everyone who registered. You've probably seen, if you're watching this recording, here's a little demo embedded. You can actually play with SoundCheck right inside this demo. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a sneak peek of what this is going to look like, right? Here it is, SoundCheck section right inside of EEI. Again, this will be turned on over the summer. This is coming. And it has SoundCheck embedded right in. And I have a few more examples. So here's an example of number 45 band. So for those of you that haven't seen SoundCheck performance assessment, it gives pitch rhythm feedback. I'm going to attempt to demonstrate it on my little cornet. I'm channeling my beginner Johnny trumpet here. So I'm going to attempt to demo this. As you all know, trying to do a Zoom and demo audio recording and playback. I practiced, it worked before the Zoom, so we'll see how all this works. But if you haven't seen SoundCheck, this is our Howler's performance assessment technology powered by Match My Sound, proven leader in performance assessment. And what I'll do here is I'll select my part. So you'll see every part's listed. So I'm going to go get my B flat trumpet. And then there's some other options in here. So with SoundCheck, I can actually control the tempo I want to play this up and down. I can go in and set some more options. I can choose when I play back, do I want to hear the backing track? Do I want to play with the metronome? You have options for recording as well. So in the recording, I can say I want it to follow me. I want to play along with the metronome. I want to play along with the whole band. I want to play along with demo options, right? All of this is available. So I'm going to demo with the metronome. You can also turn the cursor on and off. For a lot of beginners, we don't want them to learn to follow the cursor. We want them to learn to count the beats, right? So I generally prefer to teach with the cursor off, but because of the video, it's easier to see what I'm doing if the cursor's on. David, do you want to ooh and ah for a second while I set this up?
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, it's already, so we're already in love with like, oh, I can submit, teachers can have students choose these cool backing tracks and all this stuff, and then they play through, and then we get it. We're able to give instant feedback, once the assignment is submitted. But now the kids can see, our students can see exactly what they're doing, and it gives them that extra level of self-assessment, and they can, and I suspect that they can do this as many times as they want, and then submit the one that they choose.
Absolutely, they can do takes. Okay. So let me show how this works. So let me give it a playback. Can you hear that? So a little slow. I might speed it up a little bit because I'm a trumpet player. I'm gonna go +5. I like the +5 option, and like it has to be an even number. So I'm gonna bring up to 100. See how that does. So here's that. Now, video is probably gonna, SoundCheck also has video. Hi, there's me on video. I'll turn this off, but SoundCheck includes video just like EEI. So you can get performance assessment with a video recording as well, which is also super, super awesome, especially with young developing students. We wanna see posture. We wanna be able to give feedback on all of those things. I'm going to do audio recording.
And we can make that connect, especially in string players. We have to be able to make that connection to, oh, you're out of tune because your handshake or because you're not using the bow. We're able to show them in real time that connection between everything we talk about in class, and they're seeing it from this side of the camera. It's amazing.
Yeah, so, and I see a question about assignments. You will be able to assign SoundCheck just like you assign the music studio inside of EEI. So yes, all of your self-assessment rubrics, say that 10 times real fast, self-assessment rubrics will be available to be assigned with SoundCheck. You'll be able to go in and create an assignment. That's that new assignment flow I showed. Create your own assignment, create a music studio assignment, create a SoundCheck assignment. And then you can attach a rubric, other resources, turn it into the grade book. It's all gonna be integrated. Let me see what happens here. I'm gonna play my little cornet. I'm gonna put on my student embouchure and my student intonation. This is the trumpet player in me saying that if I mess up, it's on purpose, right? No mistakes. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. So got an 87. Let's see what happened. So you see sound check, you see that I intentionally slowed down here. The waviness of the line indicates a rhythm issue, slow or too fast. And you see I was really trying to do that that those young students do. I intentionally played a wrong note here. It picked it up right there. It said, nope, that was a G sharp, not an A. And then here I tried to get pretty steady and get a nice straight line. And then I played a wrong note here and it gave me that. Now, here's why I love sound check, because these young learners, they just don't need a computer to say you did this, you know? So what I love about sound check is these little notes and this visual feedback. The student can try again. They can understand what they did differently. And what I love about sound check, and we'll see how it recorded me in my computer. So you can hear the volumes are different. I'm on a computer mic here, but you'll notice that I can hear what I was supposed to play versus what I did play. So I always say when a student sees red, listen to it. If you don't understand why it's red, if you don't understand why the line's wavy, take a listen, tell me about it. Maybe fill out that self-evaluation rubric and talk about it. And you can easily toggle. Right? And so you can click up and down like I'm showing here and easily hear this is what was expected. This is what you did. And you can try again. If I want to try again, I can hit record and I can just try again. I'm going to stop this and not do it. But how about that? And so we have examples here. Same thing for strings. You know, all the students get the full score and they can see all the parts. They can choose which part they're going to record easily. They can choose to play along with the full backing. So you can even hear the play along here. I'll set this so when you play, you can play with the full group, not just your part. All of these settings are there for students. I'm going to pause there and we can talk about some questions, but I'll say it again. Sound check performance assessment. As you can see, we already have a dev environment with embedded sound check performance assessment. It will be available at no additional cost to every Essential Elements user who creates an Essential Elements interactive account. You'll get that sound check assessment. So this is super exciting because this is the only method book that includes performance assessment and feedback for students.
I mean, but the thing that really amazes me is the level of quality of AI feedback. I mean, you know, because we have, when I had my kid play with that other playing assessment program, they knew how to game to get the green dot, right? And so it became just getting the green dot and getting 100%, right? But this level of feedback, oh, you were sharp, you actually played this note, you were sharp in this way, or you were slow in this way, or you were fast in this way. I mean, that very high level, simple but high level feedback is amazing, and will once again empower our students to be able to make those decisions, to start to speak intelligently very quickly about the quality of their performance, and be able to compare and contrast what we do in class in real time. And I mean, and I can even see using this in class. Okay, class, we're going to use it for the entire class as we play together. Let's record ourselves. Let's see how we do as an ensemble, and then we get that instant feedback. So once again, not only am I saying it, but they see it in another format with actionable information, not just, oh, you were sharp, you're flat. No, you were too slow here, or you were too sharp, and this is how you were sharp. It's amazing.
Right. You know, we talk a lot about feedback and assessment, and we actually deliberately in all of the marketing materials, we say both. And to me, those are very different things, you know, and we really like that you get feedback. You get an assessment, you get a star rating, you get a score, but you also get feedback from visual, red, yellow, green line, up and down line, notes, errors, flat, sharp. There's a built-in tuner. All of that's available. And again, our goal, like we said before the announcements, is we want to give you the best collection of tools to help students learn to play instruments and keep them learn to play instruments. And just looking at some of the chat come by, but yes, sound check will be available for every single essential elements song in book 1, 2, and 3 and band and strings. We have it ready for every single one. We have these in Noteflight Learn already. So when you subscribe to Noteflight Learn with Soundcheck, you get access to all the essential elements exercises, both as Soundcheck files and as Noteflight files. So students can compose, add 8 more measures, rearrange the content as well with Noteflight, which is always fun, and create sound checks out of that, which I'm leading into the next webinar. But at the same time, what we're doing now is we're taking those essential elements exercises, the sound check exercises for essential elements content, and we're putting it right into EEI. And again, we're so happy to do this. I can't thank our Match My Sound partners enough for working with us to get to this place where we can actually have embedded performance assessment with a method. It's a very, very exciting day.
I think the other important thing to talk about too is that, as we now are coming back into a new normal, but something more normal, and we're having to make those choices, those curricular and those budgetary choices, to maybe thinking that having to drop some of the things we've picked up during COVID, some of those electronic resources. And now, because this is going to be embedded in Essential Elements Interactive, we won't have to make that choice anymore. We won't have to let Noteflight Learn go. We can now, it's now incorporated into what we're already doing. So that's an amazing development right there. So now we don't have to choose.
Yeah, I love where you're going, and obviously I can say from Hal Leonard's perspective, we are really excited to bring together all of the tools and resources we have. We've continued to develop throughout the past few years, and we're not stopping. We're not slowing down. We're going to continue to create resources that give kids experiences in class and at home, both for the ensemble and the individual. We want to empower students and empower teachers to motivate students and inspire students to create music and learn to be better music makers everywhere they are. And this is another step to doing that. And if you're interested in more ways to do that, there will be another webinar starting in 10 minutes, or if you're watching this video, there'll be another video you can watch soon that's going to make another announcement for what we're doing with Soundcheck and Noteflight Learn. So stay tuned for that. David, we have to wrap up. Any final words, my friend?
No, well, first of all, to everyone that's watching, to all my teacher colleagues, our teacher colleagues, thank you for what you do. You have been the glue that's kept our classes together, our country together, our communities together. It's been so interesting being back in front of kids again. And I've had the great opportunity to do some in-person professional development and do all state orchestras again. And just to see the look on kids' faces and on our colleagues' faces when we realize we're all back together again, making music. And it's not about the level at this point. It's just about the fact that we are back and able to make music. And now with what's happening with the technology, we're going to be able to recover some of what we think we've lost in this time during COVID. It's like we're starting to get the best of both worlds. We get to have our face-to-face. We get to have our in-person time together, which we cherish and love so much and need as human beings. But now we get to add, we get to grow our tool bag, and our students get to experience music making in life and playing with each other again through new and exciting ways. I mean, let's face it, our kids have been creating content and doing this electronic thing. It happened pre-COVID. It really kicked up now to COVID, but during COVID. But now we have a chance to give them we have the opportunity to give them a chance to put together some really cool stuff to share the good things they're doing in class. And it's amazing. It's a really exciting time, and we're so fortunate to be here and to be able to do what we do, and to be able to get to the other side and see what's coming next. It's an exciting time. It's a great time to be an educator. It's a great time to be a techie. It's a great time to be a musician. We have so much opportunity and so many great things coming. So just to everybody out there, thank you for what you do. You are a treasure. You are a national treasure. You are a world treasure, and we cannot honor you enough with what's happening out here today. So thank you, and thank you, Hal Leonard, for being for making it easy for us to be able to do this, and for keeping us excited and getting us excited for this next thing. It's amazing.
Well said, my friend. Nothing else to say. Thank you, everyone. Look out for more announcements when Soundcheck becomes available, and all of the new UI and all of the other features come available this summer. And watch out for more exciting updates from Hal Leonard. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching.